It's midday. Guess who I found? This guy just bought me lunch. We're going to share what we had in just a second. I'm going to sit down. Welcome to Midday, everybody. It's Wednesday. We got through hump day at BW3's. Pastor Byron from Edgerton campus, but we are in Angola, and yeah, we're wiping our faces still. I'm more of a medium guy on my wings. What were you rocking over there?
Well, it's honey barbecue is mine, but if you look on that list, it's down a ways.
So you're more of a mild. You're a little soft. You don't like the heat.
Well, that's what I've been told, but it's if you look at the list of it, it's midway.
Midway. Well, I was gonna go orange chicken. Hey Jordan, what'd you have on your wings today?
Lemon pepper.
Lemon
pepper. All right. So
that's pretty wild.
lemon pepper. Hopefully that you don't have to burp that up during worship. That's what the worship pastor did, just walk by. Lemon pepper burps. This is what we talk about at midday, guys. We're just checking in with you on a Wednesday, saying hello. And we're in day number 3 of our devotional. But if you were on social media today, you saw this guy's mug, and he had a story. And I just thought he would kind of catch us up, kind of on set that up for us a little bit more. What was that day like? You were in Walmart.
But I think setting up before that is important because I like Reese's.
Reese's peanut butter cups or Reese's Pieces?
I like Reese's.
Of all kinds.
Yeah, pretty much. So over the time, I've told that, through different ways, whether it's in a message or whatever, people have learned that I like Reese's.
And you live in a small town.
Yeah, so things travel.
So things get around.
Exactly. Well, so I come out to my vehicle from Walmart, and there's a bag hanging on the mirror, and I'm like, okay, what is that? And it's clear full of many different kinds of Reese's.
Oh man.
Reese cups and fast break, all kinds of Reese's Pieces. Yeah. So
you took it home and you gave it to your wife. You took it around the neighborhood.
My
right?
wife likes the Reese's Pieces, so I did share those. But
yeah. It's little things like that. Like as we're talking about the random acts of kindness and how I was talking with Carrie. She's from Toledo, from North Rock yesterday. Something that really blew her away is somebody bought her Starbucks in the line ahead of her, and she was having a really rough day, and we kind of equated the experience, like the way that made her feel inside in that moment was like someone was giving her a new house. Like in the moment, you're just like so overwhelmed with joy. You're like, I matter for once. Somebody cares about me on a day. It's like Reese's. I mean, I imagine that really.
Oh, it was cool. I'm like, okay, who was that?
Yeah, you're looking around.
I wanted to know,
Candid camera.
Yeah, and but it meant that somebody cared about me, and not only that, but they knew me, and so somebody obviously, and this wasn't even in what we're doing right now.
Right.
The 21 days. This was a while back. So it's like they saw me obviously or whatever going into Walmart and decided I'm going to run in there and get this stuff and put it on his vehicle. Unless it was some random chance that they didn't know me, I don't know, but I'm assuming they did, and so it was cool though, to know that somebody cared enough about me, knew me well enough, and wanted to do something and to be anonymous, which was cool.
So maybe what you could do today is, if the Lord brings someone to your heart or your mind, and you happen to be in a convenience store or something, and something about that, they love this, I know that about them. Maybe grab that candy bar or whatever it is, even if it's a Coke or something, and just maybe go over to their house and surprise them. Ring their doorbell, do a ring and dash. Just have some fun with it. You never know how that could just shape up someone's complete day. Just completely unfolds in great ways.
Yeah. And I drive an F-150.
And Reese's of any kind. So, all right. So
no, please don't.
Please don't.
You say something like that, and then you get.
Yeah,
no.
Garbage bag full of Reese's.
Put it on another vehicle.
Wait for Halloween. Not framed by the experience of others. So we're in day 3 of our Extravagant, when worship becomes lifestyle, and we've talked about how this meets us in the moment. How we all are kind of wired and created differently. We talked about this a little bit Sunday, in the spiritual temperaments that we have and how we experience God. I don't know who brought you to Christ, but when you think about the person who brought you to Christ, they have a unique walk with the Lord. And when we're young in our faith, and even when we're growing in our faith, we tend to look around and we try and experience Jesus through the eyes of someone else. Like, should I be worshiping that way? Or like, we try and frame it up. I'm sure as a pastor, you have people have these conversations with you, like, what's the right way for me to express my faith?
Right, yeah. And I that's part of what's wrong with religion. And I think even the Pharisees tried to set up, this is the way it looks. This is the way it should be. You should do these things. And I think we get caught up in that it's not a way in how you do it. And that we have to be careful what we see others do, that's what I have to do. We don't all worship the same. You know, during worship at church, you look around and people are worshiping different. There's people who do not even sing, and yet they're worshiping. And so it's that not pigeonhole and going, hey, this is the way it has to be. I think you limit yourself, which is what this says. I love that. I hope I don't get ahead of you. I think it was right here.
Yeah,
if we are not careful, we allow the experience of others to set the boundaries of our expectations. And I thought, when I read that, I thought, wow, that is so interesting in many things. That if we just listen to their experience and not have our own experience, we have set boundaries of what's going to happen, of what our expectations are about. You know, we all experience Christ differently. You know, and if we just think that what they said is the only way, you know, it's a personal relationship.
That's right.
Not a whole, this is the way it is. It's a personal thing.
He's gifted us with temperaments, different spiritual gifts. I'm glad that this is the church body. There's so much diversity in the way that we express our love for Christ. Who wants to go to a church that they all worship exactly the same way? It's formulaic, right? It's just, I think, and like if you start with Jesus and the wonder of Christ and we draw ourselves near to him, then though, once we have him as our central focus, then we can go and we can like dig deep with people. Like, explain to me what the worship experience is like for you. Because I think that's good that we dig in to understand each other and why we draw near to Christ and Jesus that way. That makes it more fulfilling, more enriched. And I want to be like growing in my love as a Christian and the way I express myself even. I don't want to be expressing my love for Christ the same I am today in 10 years from now. I want to be finding him in deep, new, intimate ways. So,
but even just what you said would set boundaries. If you thought this is the way that you do it, and I'll always be like this, that's not true.
No.
You grow in that relationship instead of thinking this is it and setting yourself boundaries.
Right.
I think that's good.
That's good stuff. So, the scripture verse today, guys, is all kinds of fun, isn't it? I hope you read through 2 Samuel 6. But basically, this is what we talked about, and this is not judging someone in the moment where they are praising the Lord. Walking in on a situation where you don't know the context and you see somebody who is just exuberant in their praise. You know, they're out of themselves. They're so excited. You know, we allow ourselves to do this in stadiums.
Yeah, right.
Like, but if I was to take you out of the stadium context and put you in your home and watch somebody flip out, yeah, like, you'd be like, what is going on? Well, they were at a football game. You know, like, and the guy next to him clapping, he's just as excited as the other guy. But yeah, so I think, you know, the 2 Samuel reading is powerful. Did you have any takeaways from this? I know you know the story of it, but
yeah, I don't know. I think what goes along with so well is when he talks about in the devotion about the woman who comes and kneels at Jesus' feet.
Right.
That she had an expectation to really serve him and not be limited to what was known as the proper way. And so I just think it's important that where you're at, who you are, just go after Christ and not look at what everybody else is doing, that you have to do certain things.
That's right. Well, there it is, everybody. Well, we hope that was an encouragement to you today. We'll be back for another day tomorrow. Another random act of kindness is going to get highlighted on Thursday, and we'll have a fresh take with Lauren. She's going to have an exciting guest with her, so we will see you soon. Bye. I'm going to turn